Okay, so we met again here in the web on the opportunity to share some ideas on the improving of activity of men in office by modern technology means. I'd like to share with you some ideas which appeared on the basis of my experience, which around 15 years experience in human resources supply for merchant marine. Uh, I have to say here that I don't have any intention to review all the problems of the crewing company, like psychological problems, training of staff, or local bureaucracy. We will talk about office daily routine and how to facilitate it with the help of modern technologies. And I will try to answer you in the real-time mode. So if you will talk about the beginning of modern era, we used telex for communication, we used paper files for data, for seafarers data, then we have Excel files, various databases with better and better abilities, and nowadays we have computers, very powerful computers, many gadgets, and mountains of papers are replaced. We have smart programs and big servers. We have everything to be happy, but we still have problems with the data storage. We still lose time for searching of proper file. We still have difficulties with data exchange, copy pasting of data, compatibility of data. Uh, Sometimes we have limited access to our own files. For example, when we are not in the office. And finally, we're still afraid to lose data because of viruses and other threats. I hope you hear me well. So again, don't hesitate to contact if you have questions. Chat is available. Let me continue. What is the biggest problem of the modern merchant marine? To my opinion, this is a crisis, permanent crisis, and everybody talking about crisis. Of course, some analytics might not agree with me. However, we can see sign of tough economy every day. For example, if we are talking about official data, International Maritime Organization, they say that 20,000 officers are missing in the merchant fleet. So crew supply becomes more and more important. We need to find missing officers. We need to check their documents. We need to check their background. We need to test them, train them, brief them, supply them with working clothes and company's manuals, and finally deploy on board. Of course, we cannot choose the person whom we meet first. We need to select the best of the best, of course. And usually we have very limited time for all of this, and we have to fight with other crew suppliers for every officer or really qualified seafarer. What does that mean? In the time of very tight competition between crewing companies, the potential winner should be concentrated on the main task, selection of proper crew, but not on the technical aspects of personal data and document management. I hope it is quite clear, isn't it? Your staff spend less time for manual filling up forms, preparing documents, calculations, etc. Your staff have more time for the main job. Crew selection, testing, briefing, keep and leave contact with the seafarers at the end. We call it family style of communication with the seafarers. So this is the best practice, I think. But you need time for it. You cannot tell to the seafarer family briefly a few words and close the line. You have to explain how is the seafarer, how he feels on board, everything is okay, etc., etc. So people like such communication. So, if you will release the people from some routine job, you invest some funds for using proper software. It costs less than, for example, additional staff, additional human worker who will be in your office. It will definitely be cheaper. And you may ask me now what I can propose. I can propose a software. The name of the software is Whale software. And this software was developed by the people who took all this, their wide experience in crewing business, and created the system most convenient for any user. Again, I'd like to ask you, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I hope we can answer you in the real-time mode. My technical staff also here, so if you have some technical questions, we can explain you. So, what is Whale software? First of all, this is internet platform, so you don't need to install it on your computer and to upgrade it at the most inconvenient time. Of course, Whale team keep working on it, but upgrades are done automatically. You'll just receive notifications about new functions which added. You don't need to upgrade it to wait for the upgrade. You don't need to install upgrade on your computer. Probably some of you can think, oh, they keep all my data on their server. That's bad. I don't trust them. But don't be afraid. All your data has much higher level of protection against viruses in Whale server. Moreover, Whale team doesn't have any access to data. Whale team doesn't operate with data. Whale team operates just with the software, and that's it, not with the data of the seafarers. Nobody even can see your data. And one small remark for those people who prefer to keep everything with them. If you want to have Whale software to be installed on your computer, anyway, we can do it for some lump sum price, which could be negotiated in every particular case. It is possible. Of course, it is possible. Fine. But in general case, location at the remote server gives you many advantages, like unlimited access to your data at any time from any place of the Earth. All data backed up for free. You can use any device, any operation system, and any browser. You can open as many tabs as you want. The system will not slow down. And I am telling this based on the wide experience of using Whale software. And of course, you can define levels of access for your office staff with the help of Whale software. And finally, you have additional advantage. Whale software is connected to the job portal Whale Recruitment. Right now, I will copy this to the chat. You can see the web address of Whale Recruitment. What is Whale Recruitment? This is a job portal, elementary job portal, where you can find seafarer CVs and you can place your vacancies over there. What is the advantage? The advantage is that you can directly, if you have some proper seafarer over there, if you see any seafarer which suits you, you can easily copy the data. Even it's not necessary to copy, just with one click you add this seafarer to your database, to your local database, and can operate with the seafarer directly, call him and reflect everything in the program. I have to mention that also the Whale software has actually unlimited space for data. You have all data at the same place with easy access to any of them. You can go to the seafarer's documents, copies directly from the card of the seafarer. And by the way, in case some document is almost to expire, you have notification. Same with the contract. The contract end date. Also, in case the date of expiry of the contract almost came, so you have notification. Whale software has direct links between various sections, so you don't need an upgrade information in every section. It will be done automatically in all sections. system of electronic locks will allow you to trace who made particular upgrade. What else? I have to mention comfortable interface. Easy section for accountants, both for invoicing and wages departments. And if we are talking about already about this whale software, I would like to demonstrate you some of this. Just a moment, I will switch on my screen and you will see it. So, in a few seconds you will see the screen. This is of course test cabinet of employer, some particular employer, and you have a lot of buttons here which you can click and go to another section, for example. So as you can see, we have the search in internet part. This is the search in internet part. As usual, you just put here the rank of the seafarer and whatever you want, nationality, country of residence, or anyway, anything you want. Click search and found the proper seafarer. Search in local database. Also quite simple. Put here rank, like master for example. Put here, we can try to find particular seafarer and try to search him. Okay, here we have Jack Sparrow. This is the captain. You can see his card, you can see his picture, you can see a lot of his data, his home address, any remarks, everything. In the next section, here you can see passports and remarks made in green. This is remarks about his expiry date of the documents, licenses, and certificates. He has all certificates valid, that's why they are in green. If they are almost to expire 2 months before expiring, they became orange, and 1 month red. Also, the help mode is just by looking at the information point, and you see here the full explanation of the functions of this particular section. Let's go to experience. In experience, you can see the ships where the captain served, dates, how long he served, maybe wages if you want. You can add also wages he obtained, everything in here. And again, if you add new record, for example, say an on date, some off date, if you mention it here, these dates already will be reflected automatically in other sections of this program, like invoicing, for example. What is interesting for you, this is the section also directories. You see a lot of vessels that are over there, and companies. This is a free bonus for any particular potential customer. The list of the ship owners, as you can see, about 400 ship owners. It is about 12,000 companies are mentioned in here, and you can use them for your purposes. It's not necessary every time to type the name of the shipping company. As well, the directory for vessels. For vessels, even more, because you can see here it is about 30,000 ships mentioned in here. Maybe you can tell me, okay, there are no 30,000 ships in the world merchant marine, but I can tell you that in here, in this directory, are present not only current names of the ships, but also ex-names of the ships. So this is quite feasible, because you don't need every time to put name of the ship, or name of the company, name of the engine, capacity of the ship, dead weight, everything. You don't need, everything is in here already, so it facilitates work of the person who operates this database. Special section for publication of vacancies, special section for group planning, its usual planner, special section for invoicing, for example. You see here invoices for several companies. Some of them are issued, some of them paid, some of them not paid. You can select the vessel and see if this invoice is paid or not. You can calculate monthly fees, lump sum fees. If you need, by the way, what I wanted to tell you, we have several modes for the accountants. We have several modes for calculation of incomplete month. It is 3 different ways of calculations, based on 30 days month duration, based on actual number of days in the month, and based on year calculation. And special double check system for accounting, reminders of not closed not closed periods and not fulfilled transfers. So the system works very, very easy. And additional bonus, because this is internet system, it can be used on the ships. So of course, this part of the program, just those parts which you want to open to the ship staff, and it's not necessary to exchange emails between you and the ship, asking how much, for example, seafarer spent in the ship's store. Captain immediately after somebody took from the ship's store some stuff, Captain immediately put it into the system, and immediately after a few seconds accountant will see it in the program. So it's very simple, and very simple for wages calculation. Of course, I have to mention here safety and quality management, because this is a Bible of modern shipping. You can see here the list with the numbers of orders, that means requests for service, and this request for service remaining open until you fulfill this service, until you fulfill this request. So this is also quite simple and quite feasible. I don't want to explain in details to you right now, because this is quite difficult, and if somebody will want to have such explanation, please let me know. I will explain you everything. Well, we are talking about safety and quality management. So what I can say, you have this request for service, and you can trace this request for service from the beginning till the end. Okay. Moreover, after completion of the, after closing of the request for service, you can see the statistics, how many requests were fulfilled, how many requests were not fulfilled, and the reasons for closing of the request for service. This will give you the opportunity to have a statistics, real statistics of the operation of your company. Some of the statistics you can find here in the main page, and some of the statistics you can find on the additional page specially created for statistics. For example, like total number of dispatched persons, number of the persons who was dispatched this year, and you see they are split by the ranks. Statistics of the people who is presently on board, crew on leave, everything, whatever you want, actually, whatever you want. I can tell you a very simple example. One of the clients requested information who of his employees, being on vacations, didn't pass specific company training. Such reporting system was created especially for this client within 1 day, so the system is very, very flexible. That's why I'm asking about your particular needs and problems. Definitely Whale team will find a solution for you. If it is not implemented already in the Whale software, of course. A Whale team declares individual approach to each client. And such individual approach is not limited by the mentioned service. Usually managers of the company are afraid a bit to change working tools they usually use. It is typical and understandable, quite understandable. Whale team will help you to overcome this phobia of new. So Whale team specialists will assist you to familiarize yourself with the new software and will help you with data transfer from your old system to the new one. And I mean not only good advices, but Whale team will help you by creating a special program for data transfer. Now I want to remind you, I began my presentation with the necessity of economy to be competitive. And that's true. But you may ask, how exactly Whale helps to save money? The answer is very simple. It facilitates work of all departments. Crew manager assistants don't need to insert data into various documents many times. Just one time, and data might be used automatically in all necessary documents. One of our clients saved 70 minutes every day on these operations. Staff released for doing more qualified jobs. It is good economy, isn't it? And future. Of course, Whale team is thinking about future. There are several more options for clients which are under construction. For example, link of Whale logistics section directly to the logistics section of travel agents in order to have flight details in place immediately on booking flight. Another option which we are planning for future, automatic analyzing of seafarers' application forms and automatic adding them to the client's database. Creating test sections of the system for making online tests for the seafarers. And any other additional option you may tell us, your ideas are most welcome. Whale team will fulfill them. Finally, last but not least, the price. Whale software costs the most competitive in the market. Price starts from $19.99 per one user per month, and this is if you use over 10 users. And the maximum price is $29.99 per user per month in case of less than 5 users. Is this high price? Ask those companies who paid 20, 30,000 US dollars for application to be installed on every PC with just a few advantages of those Whale software can propose. So you are most welcome to the world of Whale software. And you can find it at the address which I will put now into the chat. You may also contact with the Whale team by email. This is for sure. And by the way, additional bonus for the participants, for those participants who join us now, 3 months free trial. This I hope will encourage you to do something and to contact us right now. Okay, that's fine. If you don't have any questions, so see you next time. Thank you so much for participation in our webinar, and Hopefully you will join us next time as well. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay.